Good evening, everybody. I have a warning from God regarding the proposed inaugural dragon boat race that's supposed to be held in our nation's capital on August 20th and 21st. The news broadcast that I saw it on describes it as a rite, R-I-T-E, to awaken the hibernating heavenly dragon. Listen. Two things about that. Certain animals are cursed by God. The dragon is one of them. Snake is another. There's some other animals, but we only can talk about those two right now. Certain demons, you don't wake up. You leave them be. A rite is a ritual. It's a ceremony. And no matter what, if you grew up in the Bahamas, you grew up in the fear and the admonition of the Lord Jesus Christ. You were grown and reared to believe in the one true living God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I truly appreciate the gesture of giving our young people something new to do, something exciting, something different. But there are certain things you just don't tap into. You don't wake up a sleeping demon. You don't wake up a sleeping dragon. There are going to be a lot of spiritual consequences from this ritual that is going to be performed. God said, don't do it. Don't participate in it. Don't even be on the beach. Don't be in the water. Don't watch the live. Don't watch the recordings. Have nothing to do with it. You know, how God showed me is something like a Ouija board. No matter what your intent is, there are consequences because certain activities open portals to the other realm. Certain things open portals to hell. And once those portals are open, demons are going to flood in. Now, we already have a marine spirit problem in our nation. And it's quite evident by the number of dreams that everyone is having concerning the water and sea creatures and dark mists coming off the sea onto the land and all kind of plagues and sicknesses coming. Listen, people from all walks of life are having dreams about marine spirits in the marine kingdom. And it's manifesting in the increased amount of deaths that are occurring in our Bahama land. You can't help but wonder what has been going on in the month of July with the increased amount of deaths. It's particularly the drownings that have been happening, particularly to our young men. Because it's the male seed that they're really after. God say, have nothing to do with it. Have nothing to do with it. We got to be careful of spiritualism because there are consequences to our actions. He also brought to my attention, it's just like in the movie Pacific Rim. A portal was open that allowed marine spirits, and not just any ordinary marine spirits, gigantic demons to come through and rampage through Japan. And it is the same thing that's happening now, but it's only the people that are seeing in the spirit realm that are actually seeing these demons rampaging through our Bahama land. All you're going to see is the death and destruction part. But the seers are seeing exactly what's going on. And you know, a lot of things that pertain to the spirit realm, a lot of people are just not going to understand. And they're not going to make the effort to understand because they want no part. Either they don't understand it or they just don't want anything to do with it. But God said to have nothing to do with it. I researched the history of the Chinese boat race, and it is traced back to a Chinese poet and politician named Qi Huan. It's spelled Q-U-Y-U-A-N. And it is alleged that he committed suicide at sea. So I take it as no coincidence that there's been an increased amount of suicides that have been happening in our nation. So just by practicing this boat race, you're stirring up the marine kingdom. You're stirring up these spirits. You're opening up portals and things are coming in. And they're not coming with blessings. They're coming with curses.
Well, boaters have hit the water in preparation for the Bahamas Dragon Boat Inaugural Festival. Our Tyler Simonet visited the team's practice. She has this report.
From the waters of southern China to the sandy beaches of the Bahamas, Dragon Boat Racing has made its cross-country journey and landed right here in the capital. Dragon Boat Racing has a long history dating back some 2,000 years ago as a rite to awaken the hibernating heavenly dragon. President of the Bahamas Dragon Boat Association, KK Tong, reveals that a number of persons have expressed interest in this sport and explains how it came to be in the Bahamas.
Currently, we have at least 15 teams that had signed up, local teams, and we have 3 international teams, 2 from Canada and 1 from Panama. My colleague, who I met up in Chicago, he was the representative for Trinidad, and he actually was the president of the Pan American Dragon Boat Federation. So when he knew that I was from the Bahamas, he was like, this is so great because I'm trying to start clubs or introduce dragon boat racing in other Caribbean countries.